to quote one of the most brilliant artists of my generation, here's a little story that I've got to tell. Just kidding. All right. Anyway, today I'm searching on the internet. Not really searching, just kind of perusing on one of my breaks. Welcome to my office. I work from home. And my name's Angie, by the way. And I came across this story about favorite road trips. It was a BuzzFeed thing. There was a video, two best friends going on a road trip. And it said something about hashtagging, your favorite road trip. So I wanted to tell a little story about a road trip that I took way back about 20 years ago. Now, at the time I was married to my first husband. I won't go into all that, but we lived in California and we were moving to, our destination was going to end up being in Georgia. It was a military move. So we had packed up all of our stuff. We were very newly married. Everything we had fit in the back of our pickup truck. And we hit the road going from California pretty much to the East Coast. So we were probably in Arizona, I believe, where it seemed like the road just went on forever. No turns, no hills. It was just not the most exciting part of our trip. Very pretty country, but it was hot during the day and it was not very exciting. So I was getting pretty bored. I didn't have a driver's license at the time. Yeah, had a husband before I had a driver's license. Might explain a little bit about why I said my first husband. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Since I didn't have my driver's license, I was the navigator. And as all great navigators do, when we're on this exciting road in Arizona, we'll call it, I was napping. So when I woke up from this nap in Arizona during the day, it was a little bit hot and I was pretty parched. So I had been sipping on a Coca-Cola before I took my nap, and I reached down and I grabbed my Coca-Cola and went to have a drink, refresh myself, do my best to stay awake for this leg of the journey from here on out so I can be a better navigator. Anyway, I tip back my Coca-Cola and I am waiting for the sweet goodness that is the Coca-Cola when two things happen pretty much at the exact same time. One, something hit my lip. Now I'm pretty sure, I haven't had a Coca-Cola in a while, but I'm pretty sure that even back then, Coca-Cola did not have chunks in it. So something hitting my lip was definitely a problem. Now at the same time this was happening, my husband beside me glances over at me from this never-ending road through the desert, sees me tipping back the Coca-Cola and screams, "No!" All right, so these two things happening at the same time, it dawns on me, the genius that I am drinking an ashtray. My husband had been using my Coca-Cola can while I was sleeping as his ashtray. There were cigarette butts in it, and I was drinking ashy cigarette butt water. Or Coca-Cola, I guess you could say. This didn't settle well on my stomach, so we pretty much had to immediately pull over. I hop out of the truck. I won't go into the gory details, but I ran off to the side of the road, did what I needed to do, came back and got in the truck. Now, I wasn't happy, so I don't think there was probably a whole lot of conversation. We drove on down the road, and it was quite a ways, probably, I'd say, best memory serves, probably about an hour down the road. We had to stop for gas, and I needed a fresh Coca-Cola. So anyway, I go to get out of the truck, but there's a problem. I'm missing a shoe. Now, not just a shoe. We're not talking a flip-flop or a pair of dollar store shoes or even some Walmart shoes. No, we're talking a real leather pair of hiking boots that I, at the age of 18, bought with my own earned money So they were pretty precious to me. Anyway, one of my shoes had fallen out of the truck when I stopped because of the ashtray fiasco. So somewhere in the desert in Arizona, 20 years ago at least, there's a shoe alongside the road. Now, I know a lot of people wonder when they see a shoe alongside the road how it got there. Well, that's my story of how my shoe got there. More than likely, when you see a shoe on the side of the road, it probably wasn't chucked there by Reese Witherspoon in a movie throwing it over a cliff. More than likely, it's some dumbass like me that did something totally stupid and lost their shoe on a road trip. But anyway, that's my story. And all in all, it was an amazing road trip. I had a lot of fun. And even that part may not have been funny at the time, but it's definitely something I can look back at and laugh now. So there you go, my favorite road trip story. Thanks.